Hello and welcome to another Happily Letter After tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do 3D lettering, and we're also going to be doing a cast shadow on our lettering too to add an extra dimension to it. So first what we're going to do, I have a color palette already ready for you if you want to grab it. There's going to be a link for it. It's a summer color palette and it's free. And we're going to grab the yellow color. And in my lettering brush set that I have, we're going to grab our script brush. Oh, and my canvas size, I have 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels. Use whatever size you'd like. This size is great for Instagram. Well, any square size is great for Instagram because it's easier to post. So I'm going to write out the word summer. And feel free to use whatever brush set you want. You don't have to use any of mine. Oops, I'm spelling it wrong already. Okay, and I'm gonna center this. So if we go to the wrench icon, go to drawing guide, click edit drawing guide, we're gonna up the grid size all the way, click done, and then we're gonna click on the arrow tool, and actually it's almost centered perfectly in the middle here. So we want this green line here to line up with our vertical, and we're gonna drag it down so that these dots line up here. We can always fix this later too. I am going to fix our background color. So if you go to our background color, and I'm gonna do this lighter teal blue we have. It makes it a little bit easier now. You can see the word summer. And again, you can do any style you'd like. Now we're gonna go back to our summer layer, and you're gonna slide it to the left, click duplicate, and we are gonna go on this yellow layer here. Click select. It's going to select that lettering that you just did, and we are going to pick this light pink right here. We're going to go back to our layers, click on that layer, and click fill layer. And you can't see it right now, but let me show you what we're going to do. So click on your arrow tool and use your finger, and we're gonna double click or click it a few times up down here at the bottom right hand corner to move it, and see how it moves it off the page like this, off the lettering. And now we're gonna go in and we're going to grab the mono brush. I have the medium one here selected. We're still on that pink color, and make sure you're still on that layer. And we are gonna go in and we are going to fill in the gaps here where our lettering connects so that we have 3D. And make sure they're connected like this at the ends so that when you drop your color in, it won't go over the whole page. Or you could just color it in like you would color with a crayon or a marker. It's fun to do that the old-fashioned way sometimes. Make sure you get it close to the edge. Connect your edges. It's kind of hard when you have the round brush with the round lettering. It's not as easy to detect edges, but just get it as close as you can. It's all about preference too for that, like how close you want it to look. It's okay if it's off a little bit. There's so many different types of lettering styles. And feel free to use whatever colors you'd like. For this E here, I'm going to just fill in that gap completely that's in the middle. And this medium brush is really nice to fill in all this, and we can just fill in that one as well. And it's a good size so that we don't have to do too much coloring or anything or filling in the gaps. We can just kind of brush it over. Okay. All right, so now we have the first part of our three-dimensional. What we're gonna do next is we are going to, before we even get to shadows on here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this to the left again. We're gonna get duplicate. We're gonna go to this bottom layer, the very bottom, and we are going to get the dark teal. Go back to your layer, and we're gonna click select, and we're gonna fill that layer. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag it the opposite way that we did the pink to the bottom left, because we are going to have our shadow, or our light source is going to be coming from the top right here. So your shadow, your cast shadow, is going to be coming down this way, and your lettering, when we do it, and you'll see the lettering is going to have the shadow in here, and I'll show you that in a minute. So go ahead and click off that, and we're gonna do a Gaussian blur. So this little magic wand tool, go ahead and click it. Click Gaussian blur and slide over. I have mine at about 6%. I think that looks good, so I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, so now we're gonna go back to this pink layer here, and we're gonna do alpha lock. We wanna select the dark pink that's right here. And this brush that we're gonna use now is actually a default brush that comes with Procreate. It's in the airbrushing. And let me see, I'm gonna do the soft brush, the one at the top. And this is good for shadows, especially if you have like rounded lettering like this. So I'm gonna up that size. Let me see, I'm at 19%. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's good. So I just have that at 19%. So we have a shadow on the bottom here. And remember, our light source is coming this way. So we wanna make sure that where the light's gonna hit, it's going to stay light. So the light's gonna be here. We're gonna have shadow here. There's gonna be some shadow under here a little bit. And of course right there. So just color in where your shadows would be. There would be a little bit here where the U is over the S here, at the very bottom. And when you use, if you do block lettering, you don't have to do a gradient unless you have like rounded letters. It's not really necessary, but when you have the calligraphy like this, then it works really well to blend it and to look more realistic. So anywhere where your shadows would be, we want to go ahead and add those. So again, think of your light source, think about where your light is hitting. You want to make sure that you stay true to that, because if you change it up, it's going to look weird. So you want to make sure it's consistent throughout your entire piece. And inside the E, it's going to be completely dark. Maybe a little bit here. Down at the bottom. Inside the R there. And at the bottom. The very bottom here of the R. And you can even do just a little bit on the edge right there. And right there. Okay. And that's it. We can turn off our guide. And that's all there is to 3D lettering with a cast shadow and then the shadowing on the inside. So I hope this was helpful. I would love to see your work, so please share with me on Instagram. You can use the hashtag Wonder Wednesday Projects and tag me at BlackRose613. I'd love to see your work. And please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching.